Hi, lovely people. Welcome again to my YouTube channel, Soul Sparks with Pallavi, and this is Pallavi. So, I'm assuming everyone has got the college. I mean, of course, the students who have passed 12 and they are looking for the colleges. So, I hope you have got the colleges you want. And we all know that if when you get into the college now, you have your freshers, like, yeah, you have your freshers party, and there are lots of competition involved in that too. And I believe the very important thing that the fresher get is the chance to become Mr. and Miss Freshers of the college. I believe it's a very great opportunity because when you become Mr. Fresher or Miss Fresher of your college, it will impact your life positively because you'll be the celebrity of your college. You'll get a lot of DMs and everyone will compliment you. They'll because you will be the highlight of the college, and even if you pass out from your college, you will be the Mr. and Mr. and Miss Fresher for that particular batch. So I believe Mr. and Miss Freshers competition is very important. And so I'm here to share my experience on that. I was from Techno Main Salt Lake, Kolkata, and I became Miss Fresher of my college for the year 2021-2022 in my first year, of course. And it was a very good experience. It was a very impactful experience for me, you can say. With that, actually, I got to know a lot of people because I got compliments all around. So yeah, I believe it somehow adds a positive impact to your life. And I mean, who doesn't want name and fame? I believe everyone wants it. So, here I am sharing my experience, and I'm just trying to help you. Like, how can you become Mr. or Miss Fresher of your college? So, if I talk about my experience, so we have a lot of rounds before the final round. So, in the very first round, we were called for the GD, and let me tell you one thing, in the campus of Techno Main Salt Lake, actually, we have three colleges in one uh, in one campus. Like in one campus, we have three colleges. Like there's Techno Main Salt Lake, there's Techno India University, and there's one more college. I'm forgetting the name actually. So yeah, you can Google it. Just take help from the Google Baba, okay? So yeah, and everyone were participate. Like most of the students had participated in that. I would say around 95 to 98% students like they participated, and they were trying their luck if they can become Mr. or Miss Fresher. So out of every student, like out of the whole student, I would say there would be around 5 to 10,000 students probably. So out of them, top 14 were selected. Yeah, out of them, top 14 were selected, seven boys and seven girls. And before the final selection of top 14, there were several rounds. The very first round was the GD round. So in that, it was between the department, like um, every member of they used to call in groups, like 8 to 10 members were allowed to go in a room, and we used to sit on a table. We sat on a table, and yeah, there was a topic given to us for the GD. And let me tell you one thing, for the GD round, it's very, very important. They gave us 30 seconds to think, and there was 30 seconds given, like they gave us also 30 seconds to speak. But for GD round, the golden tip I would give you is, uh, you need to speak, and your voice, it should have a volume, I would say, because in GD, if you don't speak, people will not let you speak. You have to speak, and in the 30 seconds, you have to think. Okay, even if you're able to think, that means you will be that means someone will start before you. Definitely someone will start before you if you aren't getting any ideas. So definitely someone will start before you. So you just have to listen to them. What are they actually talking about? And you need to get ideas from their sentences. And just use your brain. If you don't have any ideas, just try to mix their sentences, just try to you know take good points from the sentences and deliver it in front of the judges. Okay, because you need to speak up. Like if you are silent in that place, it will give you 0 marks. So you have to speak up. And there's a very important thing you need to keep in your mind when you're delivering, or when you are uh, up for GD. You have, if suppose you have points in your mind, okay, and there are people who are present, and they are very good at talking, they are continuously speaking, and you don't know how to speak, you're not able to speak actually, you're frightened, you're frightened to interrupt them actually. So at that moment, trust me, it works every single time. You need to find the loophole, because every say, even if I'm speaking, okay, so I'll need to take a full stop. I need to take a stop at some point, because I can't keep talking for a very long time. So that is the loophole, and that is the loophole you need to find. You need to find that at what speed that person is talking, and you need to find the moment when they're taking a pause. I hope you're getting it. Okay. So you need to find that moment when they're taking a pause, and the moment you get the moment you get that point where they are taking a pause, you have to speak in between them. That's the thumb rule. Because if you aren't able to find that moment, you'll lose. You won't be able to speak up, trust me. So in GD, first of all, you have to think, and it doesn't matter. Even if you have a very dumb opinion, you have to speak. Just don't keep your mouth shut in GD group discussion round, okay? And if you're not getting any ideas in your mind, listen to the other person. Just mix everyone's sentences and just speak, because the judges won't remember that you're mixing other points and you're speaking it. Okay, you have to mix everyone's point and you have to speak. And if you're not able to speak just because other are continuously speaking, so you need to find the loophole. You need to find that, okay, at what point they are gonna stop, at what point they're gonna stop, so I can just put my voice in between them. So this is the thumb rule, this is the golden tips I would give you for GD, and it worked for me as well. So according to my experience, this works well, and this will work for you. Trust me. If you try, just give it a try. Let's see if it works or not. Then you can mail me, or you can comment on the video that, okay, it worked for me or it didn't. Okay. So the next thing that came, there was a round, and that round actually, um in a ball, there were lots of cheats, and we had to pick one cheat, and in that there was just something written. Okay, suppose it was a name, it was a place, it can be, it could, like, it was basically an emotion. It was totally unpredictable for us that what we are getting in that ball. Okay, so for any topic, I would say, doesn't matter what's the topic given to you, what's the word given to you. If you are not able to understand that word, please ask the judge, what does it mean? Say, sorry, I don't understand this word, can you please explain it to me? Okay, when they are explaining it to you, you are getting some points. They are not really helping you, but they are helping you, because they are explaining that word, that point to you, and you're getting some points in your mind. So yeah, try to catch those points first of all, and with those points, try to add something by your own. You have to think, trust me, you have to use your brain, you have to think for a while, and then you have to speak. Because once you know the meaning now, you'll have some ideas in your mind. Definitely some ideas will come in your mind, and you'll speak on that. But I would say the golden tip here is that whenever you end a conversation, just end it. Just, it should have some meaning in the end. Okay, it should have some meaning. It should be something like, you should give a lesson that, okay, I learned this lesson, and this can pass to anyone, and this can help anyone. So yeah, you have to end it in a very thoughtful way. I would say, because this gives an, because anyone can talk randomly. Okay, okay, so this word means this, and this word means this. By this word, we understand this, but they don't want the meaning of the word. They want what you can think out of that word, what you can get from that word. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So you have to end it with a very beautiful note, I would say. Okay, and the third point, like there was another round. In that round, it was basically a situation based question. So it was, yeah. So the question given to me was basically, uh, like, should dowry be allowed or not? So this was the question for me. So basically, in that kind of, in a situation based question, I would say, uh, first of all, be positive. Don't give any negative answer. Like, even though अगर आप कुछ मान भी रहे हो ना, अगर आपके कुछ पर्सपेक्टिव है भी ना उस चीज को लेकर के, अगर आप थोड़े एंटी भी हो ना, then also try to be positive in that kind of situation. If you ever face any situation based around in your life, then you have to give a positive answer, even if you don't want to give. You have to give a positive answer. Trust me, you have to give. You can't be negative in that situation. Okay, this is the first rule. You have to give a positive answer. And so second point would be, you have to be confident in front of them, and you have to be sweet in front of them. Okay, I'll explain these points. So confident, how can you be confident? Okay, if you really want to be a confident person in your life, you can, just check my series. I have basically made a series on this confidence thing, so you can check the series upliftment and confidence. There you'll get to know a lot. How can you present yourself as a confident person? And if you are in a situation based round in your life, then you have to look at the judges. You cannot look anywhere in the room. You have to look at the judges, and you have to talk while looking at them. This is very, very important thing. Second thing, what I mean that you have to be sweet. Okay, I mean, who doesn't love a person who talks in a nice manner, who talks, who talks like, they have, we have some kind of people who feel that they are very optimistic, who feel like their aura is basically so positive, and it's just full of energy. Like, we are naturally drawn to those people who speaks nicely, basically, because we know that if we go to that person and ask for any help, or if we go and share, like if we go and talk to that person, he shall talk nicely. So I mean, I believe everyone loves person who talks nicely. So you have to be the sweetest person in that room. You have to be the most cheerful person in that room. By cheerful, I am not saying you'll start laughing in front of them. No, you don't. You can't laugh. You can smile, okay, but you can't laugh. There's a difference between smile and laugh. So these things help me in cracking the that situation based on. And of course, you have to end your conversation with a very positive note, with a note that should have some lesson in it. Please, please mind these points. Okay, so this is how I cracked all those points before the final rounds. And in the final round, actually, we have three rounds. So the first round was your introduction. It was basically speech, in that you have to talk about yourself. So it was, I would say, you could have, like, you can have a normal speech there. You can just talk about yourself, that okay, I am this person, I'm from this place, and I want to do this in my life, blah blah blah. But the way you deliver it, it decides everything. Okay, so the thing that helped me was my voice. You have to keep your volume high. Why I'm saying this? Because when you are present in front of thousands of people, you can't trust the microphone. because at my time, what happened, the microphone was not working properly, and it the voice, it was not like, the people at the back were not able to hear, but they were able to hear my voice because I was talking at the top of my voice. So you don't have to shout. There's difference between shouting and keeping your volume high. There's very difference in that. So you have to keep your volume high. You don't have to shout, so that everyone can listen. This is the first thing I would say. And whatever you are writing in your speech, whatever you are writing about yourself, even if you have a very small dream, try to relate it with somehow mankind. Okay, just try to relate it with like how it can help the mankind, how you can help the society. You have to add something positive in your dream. Okay, and you have to add the impact of your dream on the society. You have to say that if I become this person, how I can improve the society, what's my motivation behind it. And that motivation should be somehow resourceful for the society. This is the point you need to keep in your mind. Okay, so the speech round was done. I cleared that round, and after that, we had this round where there were actually five objects given on a plate, and we were given around 1 minute. We were given actually 30 seconds, yeah. And in those 30 seconds, we need to make a story by using all those five objects. So in 30 seconds, you have to prepare a story. So the trick I used in this round, it's a secret. It's my secret, but I'm sharing it here. So I had a story in my mind. I prepared a story a day before. Yes, I had a story in my mind. And when you make a story, whenever you make a story, basically we were informed a day ago that okay, you'll have these rounds in the on the on the final day. So we were aware that what rounds we are gonna face. Okay, but if you have these kinds of round, you need to have a story in your mind, and that story should be of someone who's very respectable in the society. You cannot talk about anyone on the stage. You have to talk about someone who's very respected in the society. So I came to know, like, my teachers, they informed us that there would be three female judges. So I chose the character, I chose the Devi, like the Queen Lakshmi Bai. I chose her life, and somehow I use that object, the objects that were given to us on a plate. I somehow Basically, I somehow used three to four objects. I missed one object actually, and somehow I continued my story, and I took it to the point where I started talking about Rani Lakshmi Bai, and I ended on a very beautiful note. I told you that you have to talk at the top of your voice in front of everyone. It doesn't matter what objects you have on your plate. You just have to take your story somewhere to the story you have already made in your mind. And that person, the person on whom you're making a story, that person should be highly respectable in the society. So this is the trick you have, like, this is the trick like, that can help you in cracking the round where you are given an object, where you're given different objects, and you have to frame a story in any given certain period of time. So this is how I cracked that round. And then there was the final round, and out of seven, top 14, only top six were selected. So three boys and three girls, and I was the top second, like I was on the second position at that time. Okay, and there was the round where the judges were asking the questions now. So each judges were allowed to ask a question to the candidates that were present on the stage. So they asked, like, the lady, she asked me a question, and as I said, I tried to be the sweetest person in the entire venue. I tried my best actually, and I like it was basically you know it was basically a question like these days people post a lot of stuff on Instagram, on social media actually. So is it a good or bad kind of thing? So I basically said that yeah, I believe it's kind of, I believe it has both good and bad impact, but I would say somehow it's it has more bad impact. I had to say this because you, as in a general term, social media, we normally say that it has a lot bad influence on the society. Because if you look at if you look at the side effects, we suffer a lot. We have uh, lots of dysfunctional activities in our body. We suffer problem related to eyesight and all, where there are different things. And generally, if you talk to a person who's who's in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, for them the social media has bad influence on society. So you have to also look the age group of the judges. Accordingly you have to answer. If a Gen Z is in front of you, then you can't say that okay, social media has bad influence. At that point you have to say positive about the social media. So I said that yes, it has bad influence because continuously we are posting stories and stuff on the Instagram and all, and it is somehow creating insecurity in the heart and mind of the other person. It's somehow it's somehow forcing us to compare to the other people. We think that okay, their life is cool and our life, we are suffering, we are blaming, we are complaining. So I believe this creates a mental illness among people too. So these are things I talked about, and I ended it on a very beautiful note. So by this I want to say you that you have to look at the person who's asking the question. You have to observe the person, and accordingly you have to give the answer. And whatever answer you give, it should somehow relate to the betterment of the society. It should somehow relate that how this thing is helping in uplifting the society. And in the end, I secured the highest marks, and I became the Miss Fresher of 2021-2022 batch. The Pradam, we call our fest Pradam. It's basically the Pradam call for these events, like for the freshers and all. We call it Pradam, but it's Anachronous. The name of the fest is Anachronous. Okay, so this was my whole tips and tricks I used to become Miss Fresher of my batch. This is like the boys, they also had to go through this round, and the rounds were same for both girls and boys. So I believe the boys could also take tips from this video, and they can also become Mr. Fresher of the college. So this was it for the video. I hope it has helped you, and I hope it will help you in the future too. So yeah, this was it. And just be yourself, and whatever you do, just do it with a confidence. Just use your common sense. Trust me, we all are smart. We are humans, we are smart. Okay, just use your common sense and be positive. You have to be positive, and whatever you are answering, it should somehow be related to the society. It should be somehow helping the environment, helping our society to uplift. So thank you so much for watching till here, and hope you have liked the video. If you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can connect with me. Basically, I'll be sharing all my social media handle links in the description box, so you can connect with me through that. You can also text me if you have any query, and you can also comment the topics on which, or you can comment the concerns or whatever you want to talk about. So I'll be sharing my experience. I'll be basically trying to help you with that, with your question. So with this, tata, bye bye, and have a great day ahead. Thank you.